Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And welcome to morning coffee number two. Hope you all are having a good morning so far. Uh, so far, I'm having a good morning, actually. Um, Unfortunately, I'm having a bit of a problem with something. So give me just a moment. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and throw it. Good morning, Resolute Germ. How are you this morning? And so far, that's all we have in the chat. So I'd like to thank you, Resolute Germ, for joining me. I could throw out the link if you'd like to come on the panel. Give me a way to get things a little set up. Oh, back spasms. Ooh, not good at all. Back spasms. Yeah, I've had those before. Painful as all hell. So anyhow, what's going on other than your back spasms? Hopefully, other people will be joining in the chat in just a little bit. I went ahead this morning, at least. I during the intro, I sent out the link, shared it out, I should say, because that's something I didn't do last time. I forgot to share out the link. So very few people knew about it. I had a couple of people ask me later. They found out I was on, and they're like, "I you didn't know you were on." Well, hopefully, people will see it this time versus last time. Um, I'm guessing that since you are having back spasms, you're not going to feel like coming on a panel and talking, are you, Resolute? Resolute Germ, I should say. Uh, so, anyhow, so far this morning, not much is going on. We got 3 people in chat, which is good to see. Of course, I got something going on in the background. Always seems to be happening, anyhow. But and DJ Ronnie G. Today is my Friday. Good morning, Captain and Resolute German. Good morning, DJ Ronnie G. How are you today? Ah, and this stream this guy, see him everywhere. Kapla Bird of Prey 5. Kapla, what's going on today, Bird? Hopefully you're doing well today. Let me go ahead. And good morning, Philip Gaming. How are you? So, what is going on today, everyone? Glory to you and your house, DJ Runny G. Absolutely. And good morning, Robert Rose Jr. He says hello today, and good morning, Captain Fandom Nerd. Philip Gaming says I'm still around, kinda. And good morning, Bird.
Hello, world. It's Birdo Pray 5. Kapla.
Kapla.
Kapla, Captain, and chat.
And good morning, Gap After Dark. So what's going on there, Bird?
Well, it's been a busy morning. Already had somebody come to the house with an echocardiogram and abdominal ultrasound. And it'll be a couple of days before I get the results. But they did an abdominal ultrasound a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now they sent back somebody more competent to redo it.
Oh, great.
So hopefully everything comes back great, but realistically, I hope to see improvement with the heart, and I hope it's not a major issue with my gallbladder, but we'll see.
We can hope for the best.
Yes. Mama Pray thought she saw a baby on the ultrasound. She thought I was pregnant.
Mama Pray is not always.
I suppose
it would be interesting.
That would be the first male immaculate conception in the history of time and space and religion.
Mm-hmm.
That would indeed be Birdo Pray 6. Yes, Cap.
Was that from Mama Pray?
No, Gap After Dark.
Oh, Gap After Dark. Okay.
Baby Birdo 6.
That would indeed be Birdo Pray 6. Oh. I can imagine your mom saying something smart aleck like that.
I'm not the king of Karoga, Gap.
He's the first king of Karoga to give birth. He's the emperor. God
Emperor.
I corrected myself.
I just want to be clear. Kings are appointed by emperors.
For Pray number 6. Yeah, that would be interesting. So are you done with your appointments for today?
It's Tuesday, I believe I am, yeah. And the next thing I have is physical therapy tomorrow again. I do have well, it's not an appointment. I do have a member stream at 4 p.m. today.
That's
Get
right.
that
A
set
member
up.
stream at 4 p.m. So anyone who is a member on Berto Pray 5's channel should be there today for the member stream. That should be fun, actually.
I'll be honest. They tend to go fairly quick. Nobody usually wants to come up. And then we go on to have our regular stream afterwards. So
True.
But and of course, anyone who is welcome. So I do have to get that set up.
God Emperor to give birth to. I didn't take my memory pills today, says Gap After Dark. Okay. Yeah. Resolute Term says, I hate oxycodone. I much prefer muscle relaxers. Yeah. I've been on that before, and yeah, muscle relaxers are much better. I prefer Tramadol, to be quite honest. I'm not giving medical advice. It's just my medicine I happen to be on. I don't want to get in trouble for saying something. It's like, oops, no, that's giving medical advice. No, I'm not. Anyhow, Gap After Dark said they have me on Tramadol and I don't like it. Yeah, it affects different people different ways. That's the different part about medicine. You know, that's maybe you ought to go back to your doctor and talk to them about it. That way, if it's not the right medicine for you, you could be put on something different. But again, that's medical advice, and I would suggest you go to your doctor. Just my suggestion. You don't care for the medicine, that is. Hopefully Bert is setting up the stream now.
I am. I'm still listening.
Okay. Well, like I said, hopefully you're getting it set up. Gap says, okay, change the subject. I'm looking at Stargate shower curtains in Star Trek shower curtains. What?
Stargate shower curtains.
Yeah. I guess it would be the one of the Stargate symbol on the shower curtain itself. And hey, Jeff B.
It's kind of got the water thing going.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see that as I'll be honest, when I bought my first house, well, I also had it in my apartment, but So when I got my first apartment and then my house, my shower curtains were the periodic table. I saw that. I don't know if it was on Big Bang Theory or some show. And
Right.
I had to get that as my shower curtain. Oh, that's right. My apartment was a periodic table. Then when I moved into the house, it was a giant map of the world.
Ah,
And it actually went with the bathroom because the bathroom was blue.
cool.
So it was, I really liked it. Gave me something to read while I was in the shower. Of course, I was reading it from the inside out because you have to have the names and stuff facing outside, even though,
Generally, yeah.
no. Well, let's face it. When it's facing outside, it gives you something to read when you're on the toilet.
True.
If it faces inside, then you can only read it while you're in the shower, and half the time there's soap in your eyes anyway. So,
And you're not really looking at anything except trying to concentrate on getting the soap out of your eyes. And then,
right.
yeah. And flipped out. Hey, how are you doing today? Interesting. Had different people in here so far this morning.
Different hours, different crowds.
Absolutely. Kind of like it though. Did you catch the intro this time?
I did not. I was here
Okay.
5 minutes in. Should I go back and look at it?
No. You can see it another
Too
time.
late.
Too late.
Oh, look at that. Coffee.
Yep.
Oh, that beautiful coffee footage. Oh, shit. And the audio, the music is so much better. Okay, Cap, I am happy. I'm a happy. I'll be honest. That first music I used to struggle to stay on the stream. I used to make me want to click off. If it was anybody but you, I would have clicked off the stream as soon as that fucking intro music started.
Ah, how come?
I just, something about it got under my skin and angered me. And it just seemed really, it was extra loud and extra annoying. I really couldn't imagine how you, of all people, put up with it, but I guess you did. And I'm just happy you've got something new. This
I
is so
like this
much
one much better. Yeah.
This is so much better. Oh, and look at that nice lady. Nice.
I figured you'd like that. Yeah, it's that was something
Paper
else.
airplane.
Loki's Mornings of Mischief helped me with.
I'm sorry, what?
Loki's Mornings of Mischief
What about it?
helped me make the intro.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
Well, I think part of the problem with the old music was it was too loud.
Yeah, that was
That's
a
the
major
biggest problem.
part.
Yeah.
A lot can be forgiven when it's quiet, but it also wasn't personally, in my opinion, it also wasn't the most fun. It was quite annoying. I don't know. Tempo, rhythm, I don't know what to call it. Something about it, though, I just know used to drive me crazy. maybe 15 seconds of it, 20 seconds. But if I caught it at the full 3-minute countdown or whatever you had, 2-minute countdown, it was about 96 seconds too long. Gap says, does the God Emperor make all of his decisions in the royal throne? If you mean on the royal throne, not all of them, but a great number, yes. As I assume most people do.
That's where some of the best decisions are made.
I mean, until the invention of cell phones, you really didn't have any distractions, so you had a chance to really think things through.
Wonder what inventions came about because of people having thoughts different places.
Like the flux capacitor.
Like the flux capacitor. Granted, he fell off the toilet that he was standing on, but still. I'm sure that there are different, while sitting in traffic, I'm sure there have been things that people have thought of. And
oh yeah, traffic, that used to be a good time to think also. Although I'd usually be playing with the radio.
This is when you actually were in
Trying
traffic.
to find my way around the traffic, right?
Was this before you had the Xbox or whatever it was that was in your office?
Well, I mean, the Xbox was only really in my office like a year. I mean, many years. Traffic, and the Xbox was really only for traffic. That was when I was going home from work.
Mm-hmm.
Any other time it was traffic. The Xbox wasn't really a contender for anything. No, I mean, the daily traffic, that was different. That was just annoying. I'm talking about traffic when you were going on like a road trip or a trip somewhere and you just hit traffic out of nowhere. Or on the weekend, you're going out to a family member's house or something and the highway closes or a drawbridge opens and you're not moving for 5 or 10 minutes.
Well, I still remember when on a road trip, my dad was, we were getting close to Atlanta and my mom was telling my dad to, take a break. And it's like, no, we're going to get through here. And then all of a sudden it was rush hour traffic. So it took a long time to get through Atlanta because the rush hour traffic is not a fun experience. I'll put it that way. And that was years ago. And good morning, Gap After Dark.
Good morning, Captain Vandermeer. Good morning, Bird.
Apply, Gap.
Oh boy, I'm telling you. Whew. I'm talking about bathrooms. I was looking at Stargate shower curtains and Star Trek shower curtains, but I'm not sure which one to pick because the bathroom is, just as long as the tub is, so, and it's just narrow, you know what I mean? It's long left to right. And so you sort of have room, but you sort of don't. But then you don't want it to look like you're claustrophobic. And so I can't find anything Stargate or Star Trek wise that wouldn't like be too dark to make me feel enclosed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of the Stargate though. That way, if you got it spread it in the right place, it just looks like there's a Stargate right there.
Yeah, I've been looking at those too, and then they have one that just has the Stargate Command logo, in dispersed in different angles on it. But you're gonna have to pay out the hoo because it's like $60. So right now, I actually did have a Star Trek: The Next Generation transporter shower curtain.
Yeah.
But the cat decided to try to transport itself by jumping on it and ripped one of the transporter pads.
Oh.
So I'm like, thanks. I'm going to transport you out of here. So today I'm just going to watch my grass grow. I had a part of the yard reseeded.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just amazed. They did it Friday, and there's already probably an inch and a half of grass grown already. And of course, they put the hay on it. And but I'm supposed to water it twice a day, but it's hard for me to do that. I have to get my niece or something to come over here, bribe her to come and water it for me. But it's gonna look better. But
oh, I'm sure it will.
yeah, I mean, I guess I was supposed to water the yard when I bought the house last year, but apparently I didn't do that. So.
Oops.
I said, my mom was like, "Didn't they tell you you needed to do that?" And I was like, "Well, 3/4, 3 sides of the house it filled in," but she goes, "That was Mother Nature." She said, "This front Mother Nature hadn't gotten here yet, and it doesn't look like it. It looks dead." So I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it." So, what have y'all been up to?
Nothing exciting. What about you?
Nothing. Just trying to catalog the collectibles and trying to find energy to do some more of my collection so I can do shorts, because I've been in here almost a year and I just haven't had the energy to organize anything. And then of course I've got 2,166 DVD, Blu-ray, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no idea what I could do to put them in that would look halfway decent, because I've had the press board ones where you put your DVDs in, but when you have that many, things start to sag and look ugly. And
yeah.
So I'm like, eh. So, but yeah, and then I thought I had enough energy the other day, but I ended up making my collectible room look like a storage unit, because I was like, because I was like, oh yeah, I got energy, I can do this. And then after an hour I passed out and I woke up and realized that, oh crap, I've got all these boxes and tubs and everything. And because I found out that I bought several books 3 times in a row, so that's what made me go in there and go, I better start cataloging stuff. I already, now I got 3 damn copies, so I guess I could give them away as giveaways, or something. But
that's true.
I was just trying to get it. I wish I had more energy, and then that lightning strike thing we had, it took all this time for the foundation people to come over. And when I tried to bend over to show him, I fell down on the ground. And he goes, "Is that how you made the hole in the thing?" And I was like, funny, it's real funny. So I've been falling down a lot. I mean, 200 pounds falling down. It's not pretty, you know what I mean? I was like, oh my God. I was like, please help me up. Because you just looked at me for a minute, I was like, can you help me get off the ground? And I've been watching horror movies, and I don't know. I guess I found a really good one, Husk, with Wes Chapman from The Expanse.
Ah.
It's about scarecrows, but you know how horror movies are like sci-fi. It's like you peel layers, you deal with sensitive subjects, and you peel away the peel away like an onion. And the same thing for horror movies. And this one was actually, for a horror movie, was actually really, really, really good. I was surprised. And then at the Dollar Tree last week, I found those old movies like, The Brain That Wouldn't Die.
Mm-hmm.
They had a set of them, like 6 movies. And so I'm like, yeah, $1.25, yeah.
I'm always surprised at what I can find there.
Yeah, and then even the little figures, and then they had CDs this time, and I had went to digital because I thought, oh, I'll save room and I'll get rid of all my things except for, like my Star Trek soundtracks and my Stargates and my Star Wars soundtracks. I'll keep those. Space Night, and then I thought, when everybody was pushing physical media, I was like, damn, but if I had kept them, I probably would have had at least 5,000 of the DVD CDs combined.
Wow.
Yeah, because one time when I moved to North Research Triangle Park in North Carolina for IBM,
Mm-hmm.
I had and I'm not kidding, a tractor trailer half full of my collectibles. and then my stuff, and then another U-Haul behind it.
Wow.
But now I don't. I got rid of some stuff, and of course, that's regret. But sometimes you got to sell stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Been there. Had to sell a few things I didn't want to sell, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. And the only thing, knock on wood, I have not attempted ever is the Star Wars figures, original ones that are in a collector's case. And I've got some of the cards and the booklets. Those I've never thought about selling at all. But then when I was going through the stuff before I passed out, I was like, I wonder, why did I get all this stuff? The collecting bug. Sometimes you think in an impulse, you're like, ooh, I really want that. And then years later, you're like, what why in the hell
What was
did I buy
thinking
that?
at the time? Yeah.
Yeah. So I did whittle it down to one medium-sized U-Haul truck, but still, that's a lot too. And, everybody's like, oh my gosh, do you have a toy store? No, I've just been collecting for, since I was young and everything. And I'm going to start watching Deep Space Nine. I caught an episode last night. It must have been the first one, I think, because what's his name? The pilot from Voyager or somebody was in there. Oh God, who was it in the first episode? See, my memory isn't good. Sometimes I can't even remember what I had for lunch 2 hours later. Isn't that bad?
That is pretty bad sometimes. Yeah.
So I was, so now I'm wondering, like, why do I watch these things if I can't remember what I had 2 hours later? Why do I bother watching these movies and these TV shows and stuff? So, but the only thing I watched that's new that I like is House of Dragons. I like it.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Yeah, the only reason why I can is because I've got the AT&T that gives you the HBO Max because they own Warner Brothers and HBO. That's the only I only watch it on the phone. But I haven't watched Rings of Power, and then I don't have Netflix, and I don't want to pay money for Netflix.
No. Same here.
Yeah, and everybody's like, "Oh, Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai," and I'm like, "Have you seen it?" I'm like, "No, no, no. Why not? Why not? Why not?" I said, "Well, I refuse to pay that kind of money for that. The only reason why I have Amazon is for the free shipping, and they got so movies, and I think the only show I watched on there was Reacher and The Terminal List. That was it. And I've had this since 2005. I barely watch Amazon Prime. And it's like it's a waste in a way, But I do get my money out of my Prime membership because if I order cat food or litter or something, I wait every other day so they can't combine shipping. So, because they reminded me, if you put all your stuff in one order, it makes less trips to my house. And I'm like, you don't have anything on Prime that I want to watch. So you're going to come to my house every other day, one day cat litter, one day. One day you're going to drop off the food and all the other stuff. But so anything exciting going on, Bird, besides your appointments?
Not particularly. We're just busy with usual medical and living activities, daily activities of daily living.
Mm-hmm.
Just those kinds of things.
Yeah, and I found I had a Wii machine, but then I found out at the store that they don't make Wii games anymore. It was, let me just say, it was, I don't know what the hell was going on in my head. I had a brand new red Wii in the box. I never opened it. I don't know what the hell was going on when I never used it, but I have one now.
Cool.
And it's got Mario or something on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might try it. I'm not good at video games. I'd like to do that Fortan 5, the racing game. Have any of you done that, Bird or Captain?
I've never heard of it.
Fortana 5 or something. It's a race game. And then there's another one I saw somebody play, the Hot Wheels game, where you race cars on Hot Wheels. You race through the countryside or whatever place they're at until you get to the Hot Wheels track section.
Oh.
And it's pretty cool and everything. And I tried to play poker with you guys the other that long stream, the Jody Whittaker stream. I mean the Deej stream. And I was like, I knew I was gonna lose, but I thought I'd give it a shot. And then it took me a while until after I lost my money going, oh, wait a minute, now it makes sense. What you're supposed to do, because I was ignoring what it was telling me. Like it said you had a pair of queens, and I would just disregard it. And I'm like, that's probably not the way to play.
Well, I've done things, and it's like, it's like, this is. I folded, and it's like, I realized after I folded, it's like, oh shit, I had a straight.
Oh my god. Yeah, I get
what
you.
the hell?
I know, right? Oh my gosh. Well, I can't believe Deej made it. Is he alive? Anybody heard from him?
Oh,
he's around.
He's around.
Hey, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective.
Hey, Tommy, what's going on? Hey, Pops.
Hey, Pops. But yeah, I'd like to try to get in the games, but I'm just not coordinated enough. I looked at the controllers in the store and I'm like A, B, Y, X, push the bottom, push the side, push the top. And I'm like, hell, I have a hard time just clicking them out. So you expect me to remember how to coordinate a right hand and a left hand with all this stuff? Hey, Six. Um, you know, it's like, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, it's
I
worse
need
than
2 more hands to deal with this controller, please.
yeah, it's worse than bird crashing all the time. You know, my plane wouldn't take off. You know, I'd probably still be on the runway. Going which button's forward?
Oh, I'm sorry. Those controls can get complicated. It's like, yeah, they got this top button right, top button left. It's like, okay, I've got 2 hands, and it would take 3 to actually do all this stuff. It's just like, oh, how do I do this?
I know, right? Because I mean, you know, and I think a little kid was next to me and he goes, "Oh, it's easy." And I'm like, "Yeah, for you, because you grew up in a digital age." And he's like, "Mom, what's digital?" "Your video games, honey." I was like, yeah, scram, kid. You know, I was like, you know, go ahead, move. I'm gonna go look at Funko Pop or something. You know, I mean, just move. God, I don't want to hear about how you got 300 billion points on some game. Oh my God.
Hey, Gorilla, what's going on? Oh, just a little bit of conversation here and there.
Yeah, and it's just hard when your body hurts every damn day. And irregardless of, I mean, I've tried so much stuff, but when we won't get on that too much. But I'll just say, you know, it's hard to do stuff when you don't have energy. And then when you keep on falling down, it's like, ah, crap. So sometimes I don't do much because really can't do much. But at least today I'm sitting out on the porch talking to you guys. You know, I'm not falling down like I did yesterday. You know,
that's definitely a good thing.
Yeah, I should have told the man. I said, "Damn, I wish I had a weeble wobble body because I'd pop right back up." Oh my gosh!
Yeah, tell the kids that today. They'd be like, "A what?
A what?" Yeah, I had went to a, what do you call those things? Not a flea market. Well, it's kind of like a flea market, but you know, I guess it is a flea market.
Right.
And they had 8-track tapes and records, and this little girl was like, "Mommy, what's this?" And she goes, "It's an 8-track tape." And, you know, she says, "What does it do?" And she explained to her. And then she says, "Well, that doesn't make any point because all our stuff is in the cloud. You know, why would we need to do an extra thing and put that into a machine when we just click and get what we want?" I was like, oh my God.
Because there was a time before the cloud, child. There was a time before the cloud.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, mountains of can't
Elysium.
say that. Elysium.
Hey, mountains, what's going on? How are you this afternoon?
I wish it was this afternoon. It's only 10 o'clock.
Well, in Ireland, it's afternoon, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Oh, keeping track of time zones, that's a little difficult sometimes, but a few here and there I can do.
Yeah, when I've only done 5 streams, and I did one during the day with Gap After Dark, and somebody was like, "Aren't you in the Central Time Zone? It's not dark yet." And I said, "Yes, it is. Somewhere around the world, it's dark."
Exactly.
So just watch the stream or don't. I was like, I'm sorry. I mean,
If you insist on watching it after dark, then wait till it's over and rewatch it when it's dark.
yeah, exactly. Oh Lord, but yeah, I could have skinned my cat, ripped my transporter pad shower curtain. I was upset. I was like, damn it. And then she took off with a Worf figure, and she was biting his head off. Thank God I had an extra one. She was attacking Worf on the cat planet. Gap, I was making a point. Let's see. Let me read Gorilla's Way.
Let's see here.
I don't know where it is.
That's what I'm looking for.
The only time zone that matters is Mountain Time, aka whatever I'm currently.
Whatever time zone I'm currently in. Yes. You're funny there, Mountains of Elysium. You're funny.
Cap, I'm sorry. I got to go for a bit.
No problem.
Talk to you guys later.
Okay, Bird.
Absolutely.
Feel good and have a good day.
Thank you.
And let's see here. It's about 40 minutes before Culture Casino's 6-minute daily. Ooh.
Yeah, I dropped in at the 6-minute daily with my emojis at 5 minutes and 58 seconds, and Culture was like, "Thanks for showing up." I was like, well, I kind of, sorry I was there.
Exactly.
But yeah, he's doing real good. And I watched, what did I watch last night? Comics Division.
Mm-hmm.
Yelling at parked cars.
Yeah.
That show's really good. And they had some big guy from, I didn't even know, called Red State Media or something. And it was really interesting and everything. And then I did manage to get on Pacific 414 stream Sunday, and he had an interesting thing about pop culture and politics. He only did it that one time because of 9/11.
Right.
And he just wanted to know what people thought. Did Hollywood and the movies TV change before or after? Is it worse, the same, or better? Which I thought was interesting. And my opinion was it was worse, with a few highlights here and there, because Hollywood's still crazy at what's going on. And then the lack of really good science fiction, anything we don't see. Superhero movies are fun, but can't we have some sci-fi again? And
that would be nice.
Some blockbusters. And I do have an update on the Stargate.
Really?
It's not really good news, but my 2 inside sources, and then one person went public. But basically, they're going to do it when they feel like they can turn it back into a franchise again. Okay, now remember that. Keep in mind the 25% difference.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, keep in mind how they have effed up everything that they've touched, including Rings of Power. Okay, so I'm like, all right, what's going on? So they're like, well, they, in essence, so far have rejected Brad Wright, the original creator's script. They've rejected it. They have enlisted two people who made The Expanse to make a series Bible of their own, which is stupid because there's already one for all three. But whatever.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do right now. Those dudes are working on it now. Now I said, wait a minute. You already did Stargate Universe, so you're gonna turn it gritty again. It was already gritty, but they might turn it grittier with The Expanse. But then, when they're swapping characters and all kinds of stuff around, you need to remember that Stargate's always been diverse.
True.
Always. And even included, a lesbian couple. But it wasn't in your face. It's just like, okay, they got a relationship. And, one's on the ship and one isn't. And it's really hard. And you understand. Okay, we get it. But they also had a straight couple in the same situation. One's stuck on the ship and the other one's stuck over there. And they use those communication stones to come back to Earth in a different body and talk to somebody. Okay,
Okay.
where are you going to take it? I mean, where are you going to take the show? And then the other thing is they would like to spin off several Stargates like Star Trek. And then I'm like, oh, crap. No. Don't do that. You're going to piss off the fans again, and they want publicity to be positive, right? And
Right.
they want it really, really bad, he said. I said, well, if y'all want it really, really bad, you need to start telling, or they can call me, or you can fly me out to Amazon Studios, and I'll tell them to their face. You need to satisfy the core base, the fringe, and the fringe, and then understand. Even the creator wants to spin off a new team, but keep some of the older characters still sprinkled in there.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, you're going to negate your positive press. You're going to piss off another fandom. And, they've had, even behind the scenes, they've had a diverse producers, and they've had women in very high positions, and same thing in the show. So it's like, this would be the one that you wouldn't want to mess up.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to mess up at all. But he was like, well, that's, and so it'll probably take them okay, let's see. It's 2022. If, in my opinion, based on what he said, if anything happens, they'll go into production in 2024, because, it's going to take them a while to do what they want to do, to get the ground rolling. And then they're trying to, they've got to pick the next James Bond. So they're kind of wanting to go in order: Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power stuff. Then they want to do the Bond, and then they want to do a multi-franchise Stargate. So anything can happen, of course, between now and then. They're eventually going to do it, but they're not right now. They're not listening to the fans. And I told them, you need to listen to the fans. I said, did y'all mention Star Trek? And they're like, yeah, we talk about that all the time. And I'm like, well, then, and that's that's the one that kicked off everything with Star Trek. And look what they did to Star Wars. Yeah, we talk about that too. And I'm like, well, and then, maybe we should have big stars in there and stuff. And I'm like, no, because then y'all will go the route of just, 10 episodes. And then if if the star doesn't want to continue, you'll go, oh, that was just an event series and we're done,
Mm-hmm.
Because when they first did Stargate, Showtime gave them 2 or 3 seasons right off the bat because of Richard Dean Anderson. And
Right.
then when it became a hit, they're like, yeah, we're going to shove you to 5 seasons before it went to the Sci-Fi Channel, the now defunct. I call them defunct because they got I have not watched Sci-Fi Channel since they canceled Stargate Universe. And
I couldn't tell you the last time I did.
I mean, they got Chucky on there now, and I'm like, how can you make a weekly series, killer? Well, I guess you can't. I shouldn't say that. Why would you want to make a series about a killer doll killing people every damn week?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm just really disappointed, And he was like, well, and I'm like, do you know that Stargate was trending last week? Twice, the week before, and all of that. Well, it's being monitored. I'm like, well, has it sunk into anybody's brain yet? I mean, I understand it's y'all's money and it's y'all's track, but you're looking for something. Everybody else has gotten and we don't want to reboot. And everybody else is just about every other property has gotten a second shot. Although this would be Stargate's 4th shot, but and Star Trek is different because they kicked it off. They started it, so that's different. But it's like they don't they hear you, but then they don't hear you, and they're going to do what they want to do, irregardless. And I can't. Is there going to be a STD season 5?
I don't know. I haven't paid attention, actually. More than likely.
I hope that's it. You had your 5-year freaking mission. Now, shove off somewhere else. Get rid of. I mean, get rid of it. And I know Picard's got its last one coming up next year, but and then I bet you they're gonna spin off Captain Kirk series. You watch, don't you think?
I'm sure.
And I'm sorry, that sparkly vampire. I liked Vampire Diaries, I admit, and it wasn't really for teenagers in my mind.
Right.
I mean, and he was good as Stefan. Okay, that was his role. Captain Kirk ain't your freaking role. You ho ho, it was it wasn't your. It's not your role. Damn, it's not your role. And it's like, oh my God, give us something good. And there's nothing. And now they're on this fantasy kick. It's just amazing. New, first ever big hit. No, it's not new. Everything is in cycles. Everything's recycled with different actors, actresses, and a little bit of take. It's really the same. And then they're going to bring back Alf. I'm like, if you're going to bring back damn Alf, you should damn well, not Amazon, but they're bringing back Alf. If you're bringing back that damn puppet, which was hilarious, a puppet show, then bring back the damn Stargate. I'll go over there and I'll manually dial the gate. It's like, I'll spin that damn wheel. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I thought, I had been thinking about promos, and I told him, I said, what would really be cool if y'all ever did this is have Samantha Carter legs. Her legs still look fantastic, and have her in red high heels with her dress uniform skirt, but you can't see her. You just see her legs and red pumps walking to the DHD, the dialing home device, and have her start pushing the chevron, the symbols, and then either a new foe or something puts their hand over on top of hers, and then you say coming 2025 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to do it stuff. And I also had a suggestion about the Jaffa Nation as the most diverse type of people they've ever had. And I said, you could bring back Chris Judd, and he could be, you could tell stories about the Jaffa before the replicators got all destroyed. I said, you can spin that series off. And I said, then there was a quantum mirror that they touched. Michael Shanks touched Dr. Jackson, that put them in an alternate reality. And I said, that could be a way to introduce a new team and sprinkle in the old ones, because, when he touched the mirror, and then the rest of the crew had to go through the mirror to get Daniel back. They were all different types of people.
Yeah.
And and then my other point was, you had Carter, and a lot of women find her to be inspiring to become, to go into the Air Force or to go into space stuff too, just like Star Trek,
Mm-hmm.
So, who's bringing back Alf? Who do you need to destroy Resolute Germ? They are bringing back Alf.
Oh, that was one I definitely don't want to see brought back. Don't know what's going on, but I guess we lost Gap After Dark. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, did you lose me?
Yeah, just for a second.
Oh, one of the article titles from vulture.com said, the demon is coming back, Alf. And we know Mexican Iron Man hates Alf, and now I know Resolute Germ hates Alf. I barely remember Alf.
Oh, I'm sure there are a lot of people who do, and we'll be celebrating Alf with Mexican Iron Man, of course. But,
oh my gosh, when they clipped his head and put it on Alf's body or something, I was just dying laughing. I was like, oh my God.
Well, you have a good day at work, Gorilla. I'm going to be wrapping things up. I'm getting a little pain myself. So anyhow, thank you all for joining me. You all have a great day.
Thanks for having me, Captain. Thanks, chat. We love you.